3, 2, 1. Yo, what's happening, y'all? For SHO Radio, back again. We live. I'm going to give y'all a few seconds because, you know, these folks want to mess with us every time we come on. So before y'all get here, I want to say what's up to our new friends in Nairobi, Kenya, to our people out in Berlin, to our international folks in London, Paris. We're getting worldwide right now, you know. But if you didn't know, this cat sitting on the other side, he is known as the Cardinal Dave.
Strike a pole, bitch.
Look like we froze and frosty and everything else with this too, dude. Oh, I don't want to mess with this tonight, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, but the shit is fucking up. But fuck them.
It's real choppy. Is it choppy with it? We're going to roll with it, man. If we don't like it, we're going to just bring it back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. All right, cool. We got one can hear us. What's up, Train? Hey, y'all check on in, man, for SHO family. Let me put to you like this. As always, a disclaimer. The views expressed by the Cardinal do not represent the views or perspectives of the SHO Radio staff and employees. But tonight, Cardinal, I know you're going to like this. I'm going to let that slide. I'm going to let that slide, boy. What you know about that?
Well, you got that need to.
What? What's that? What up,
I
E?
said you need to let it slide.
I'm going to let it slide a little bit, man. It's Juneteenth. It's Juneteenth. And this has probably been the most celebrated Juneteenth I've ever known about, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely famous right now. It's definitely a more famous new holiday. You know what I'm saying? But it's time to get down with the get down. He is the Cardinal. Oh, wow.
Strike a pose, bitch.
I am me. And we're not fooling with y'all tonight, StreamYard. We're not fooling with y'all on Facebook. We're not fooling with y'all on YouTube. We're not about to do it. For that, we could take a break. We can come back, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he froze up. First round, I'm froze up. You know, and maybe it's because of the topics we got to go through tonight. Hey, Cardinal, man, you may want to check back in. You know what I'm saying? That'd probably be best because it's a monster. It's a monster, right? You know. But you know, when you're out here dealing with the stuff we trying to deal with the topics we trying to talk about, you wonder sometimes, is it technical? What's up, Nikita? Is it technical or is it, you know, some stuff being said folks don't want you to hear? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove him and I'm gonna let him sign back in and come back. We'll try to get it popping from there. If that don't work, that don't work. If we gotta bring it back tomorrow evening, we'll do that. But I'm really, really hoping you all had a great day today. I hope you got a chance to do something. There's talk about making this a national holiday. I think that would be fantastic. Let's talk about, you know, even more importantly than to being a holiday or somebody else legitimizing something for us. What I think is good is we're taking something for us and we raise that awareness with each other, with our children. And for me, I was out with my son today. This was his first protest, man. He had a ball. Here we go. Let me try to get him back in. He had a good time. It was exhilarating for him, probably a little scary. He got to really see how big this is. What's up? You there? Oh my God. All right.
This.
So it's just the devil tonight, huh?
Can you hear me?
I got you now, but you look froze. Say something. Move. Do something. Yeah, dude, this got you froze. Oh, you good? Oh, what's up? Oh, man, you must be on like a delay. Wow, man.
Yeah, man, it's chopping like crazy.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna let you go straight into it because you got some good takes. And really, Cardinal's kind of leading the discussion tonight. He's came up with some good stuff. You need to hear it, and I'm gonna just sit back, man. If there's anything we need to halt or ask some questions, we will. Phone lines will be open in a sec, but I'm gonna let the Cardinal, get it popping. He looking real crazy. Go for it, man. First topic of the day. Rashard Brooks. I was over at the Murder Wendy's today, man. I'm gonna post the pics on the group page. If you're not in the group page, get in the group page. Nikita, come on in that group page. We need you. We need that positivity. Post topics, opinions, takes. That's y'all for them. We family. That's y'all for them. We really want to get that going. Okay. All right, go for it, Connor. You there? Oh, wow. Well, while we trying to get him straight, one of the things he really wanted to talk about was all these defenders. All of a sudden, folks went from we're against this brutality to giving every reason why the murder of Rashard Brooks was justified. And we know that's some bull. We know that. So we definitely want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got him back. He should be coming in. Oh, I understand the grind. Keep it pushing. Okay. We'll talk about that. Some people want to, and I think the Cardinal really dug deep, so I don't want to steal his thunder. I don't want to really touch that, because he's been doing some research. I'm actually proud of him. I'll take it back to Juneteenth and just the celebrations. They're going on nationwide. Your president said that he made this famous. Nobody knew about it until he started talking about it. So I'd love to hear what you all think about that. What I'm going to do while we're waiting on him, I'm going to put the phone line up. 770-369-0181. 770-369-0181. So if you would like to call in with a take while we got it going, most definitely do. And that could be on anything that's happened over the past week. The announcements of the charges, against the officers, the officer that killed Rashard Brooks. Here we go. Juneteenth, the big rally tomorrow that some folks have been waiting to hear from. You there, man?
Yeah, man. I mean,
okay, go for it, man. I ain't gonna delay it no more. Rashard Brooks, it's your thing. Rock with it.
look, man. The bottom line is this: people been a damn fool with me all week. All week, I've been fighting with so-called intelligent people who are sitting up taking the side of the fucking police.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, brought charges on the boat. They didn't put felony charges on them. So why are y'all still taking the side of the damn cop? So let me tell you what they've been.
Wow, bro. You know what? We can't really hear you, man. Put the Bluetooth back in. See if it's better with the Bluetooth.
Shoot this man if he's.
Wow. He got some good stuff, y'all. I feel bad you can't hear him. Put the Bluetooth in, man. We can't hear you. It's choppy.
Yeah, it's Bluetooth.
You got it in? Again, y'all, I hate to do this, man. I'm gonna tell you, if it's like this for the next couple of seconds, we may just pull out. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, call in and speak, Dave. Call in and do your take. Yeah, it's perfect. Good looking. See there, we got the smartest family, man. Because I want y'all to hear this. You know what I'm saying? So we've worked hard at trying to get this right for you. This is just straight technology right now. So he should be calling. Hey, Cardinal. Hang up and call in and speak.
Hey, man, I don't think it's the Bluetooth. Can you hear me?
A little better, but just hang up and just call in.
Call the call-in line?
Yeah. Call the line. I'll put you on speaker. We can go from there.
Wait a minute.
I'm saying hang up.
All right.
Call in. Call the line in. And I'll put you on so everybody can hear you. Bet. Yeah, I want y'all to hear this. You know, I ain't seen him this excited since we came back this last issue. So here we go. Okay, you good?
Yeah, man, this is some fucking horse shit, man.
Yeah, all right, man. We got roll with, man. Let it rip.
All right, y'all. First of all, it is what it is, man. They don't want to do this shit, but we
I guess not.
The hell with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what I was saying was, I had a lot of so-called intelligent people sitting up here and taking the damn side of the damn police.
Uh-huh.
After they done put felony charges on this fool. And the excuses that they're saying that the police were justified in doing what they're doing is some stupid ass force protocol, deadly force protocol that the police supposedly have or whatever, that they could use on an assailant if they're running away or if they're doing whatever, but they never fucking use it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, basically they're saying, oh, when he ran, he fought the police, he had a taser or whatever. These are all excuses that, people are using to say, well, the police had the right to shoot down. And I'm like, how fucking brainwashed are y'all? What the hell, man?
Let me ask you a question, man. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Or maybe just spot this. I think a lot of people are just so afraid. They just can't believe that someone actually could resist arrest or treat the police the way other ethnicities treat them and get away with it. It's almost like you can't do that. You can't do that. They're like looking for excuses to explain his behavior. We've been so conditioned. See, George Floyd was just such an outright murder. Nobody could say anything. But there's nothing Rashard Brooks did. Nothing he did. And when you go over, because you're here in Atlanta, like we were over at the Murder Wendy today, when you go over there, you realize there was just shooting inside the area was so tight, you endangered everyone there. I mean, they put bullets in another car, and he wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't about to get away, and he didn't represent a threat at all. At all.
Well, the bottom line, he had no weapon. Oh, he had their taser.
But that taser didn't work. That taser didn't work.
Exactly. Because they tased his ass and obviously it didn't work because he got up and took off. They had his driver's license. They had his car. They had his plate. And the crazy part of all of this is they were talking there for damn near a half an hour prior to this bullshit. So the bottom line is they did what they did because they didn't want to chase him. They can't fight. So they went and went to the least common denominator.
Well,
okay, he's a nigger.
Well, one thing Katrina said is people believe they believe and feel the way they feel. Some will never change. We spend way too much time trying to convince people. I do believe that. I don't think we got to convince nobody of nothing. I'm not even going to have that argument, man. I'm not,
Yeah, I don't. And what I don't understand is that, it's almost like some of us don't want to believe everything that's going on right now. So, oh wait, this can't be real, man. It's like they're looking for some type of silver lining on the other side. No, this is fucking war.
It's a brand new world for the newly freed slaves, man. It's Juneteenth for a minute. I mean, everything's upside down. I mean, people are used to, you don't do nothing with the police. Those same people that justified why Rodney King was beat.
Yeah, there were black people and other people. That's about. I don't care if it's white people that take the side of the police. I expect that. Just like there are
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care what other people think.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Oh, you know what it is? A lot of it, you know how sometimes people just don't want to be wrong. Like as parents, man, we spend a lot of time telling our kids how to behave with police. We tell them this out of fear. Why in the world is this fool calling me right now? We tell them this out of fear. You get what I'm saying? Right. So when they saw people do what Rashard did, at that point they were scared and they were angry because he didn't comply. They was like, dude, you straight. All you do is get the DWI. But they're not understanding that this is not the way to treat anyone, but they so conditioned to it. They feel if he had done what he was supposed to do, that he would be alive. And I understand that. I don't agree with that. I've seen other folks hit police for stuff, threaten police for stuff, do all kind of stuff, and they lived. And we should demand the same treatment. I'm not about to say that that's right because it wasn't. Dante says, I'm gonna read what Dante said. I'm gonna let you continue. Not ever condoning murder. However, we need to start understanding that the police are more afraid and filled with more hate than us. So one false move can be catastrophic. Everything he said was correct. However, we can't put up with that no more. We can't put up with that. I agree with you wholeheartedly, brother, but we gotta stop it.
See, I don't have a problem with the whole idea.
Neither.
Just chill out, talk quiet,
Yeah.
put your hands on the steering wheel. I don't have a problem
Dude,
with that.
my dad had that talk with me.
But these beasts are killing us
Anyway.
We saw what the chick, that one chick, Amber, whatever the hell her name was, that shot the one dude when he had his hands up in the air on the freeway or wherever they were, and she beat them around.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm like, it don't matter what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand, and this is fresh off of George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Rashard was like, these people are going to kill me, which they ended up doing.
Mm-hmm.
So he fought them. Now look, I'm not going to shoot. He was drunk, he was sleeping behind the wheel or whatever. I get all that.
No, you know how many people are gonna be drunk, sleep behind the wheel this weekend, are gonna get killed.
Exactly.
So I'm feeling it, but I'm not feeling it.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it, and I get it. And maybe 3 months ago, I probably would say the same thing. But we having a talk we shouldn't have to have, man. These people get our tax dollars. These people are supposed to protect and serve all of us, man. All of a sudden, we to pray. I'm not with it. And the one thing I love about this younger generation and these folks out here, they're not with that no more.
No, they're not.
They're not with that no more. And I'm down with that. I give them their credit for that.
Look, I don't like the music. I don't like the fact that they can't talk. They can't enunciate.
Yeah, I agree
not
with that.
about this bull crap. They not about this garbage.
No, and nor should they be. And nor should they be. Nor should they be. Yes, there's an ability to call in. You want to call in, call, put the cardinal on hold. You still hear see the show, right?
I can't see nothing, but I can hear you.
Okay. Just grab another phone or laptop or wherever, just put it on there. I don't I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna let you hang up. You can call on my phone. And we're gonna clear this phone line so we can get callers too.
All right,
okay. Sure. All right. Carla, you about to call in? Call now. But yeah, I mean, I feel everybody out there, man, who has an issue with Rashard's movements. It's not that I don't feel you, I do, but it's like that day is gone. That day is gone when we should be living in fear, you know. And I don't mean fear in no weak way. I'm not talking about what you all are saying in that way because I'm right with you. Okay, gotta call it. What's up, Carla? The SHO Radio, speak your piece.
Hi, just calling in regards to the statements you guys are making about complying and, you know, just basically being on your best behavior with the police. We've heard that narrative over and over and over.
Yes.
And I've seen even in that, I've seen that's not always it's not always feasible. I've seen the police. It's no different. I'm very afraid of snakes. And if you tell me that if a snake comes upon me to just stay extremely still, if the fear of that snake overtakes me, I'm going to have a fight or flight reaction. And a person never knows what their reaction is going to be. So if you know what the police are capable of, and you are compliant, but you have that person in your ear telling you what they're going to do to you, telling you where they're going to take you, telling you how they're going to F you up, telling you all these things, you might have a reaction where fear may overtake you and you take off or try to run or try to break away from that person. And I've also seen on so many occasions that I can't even count where a person is confined. They're not fighting. They're not doing any of that. But then you jerk a person.
George Floyd.
Let you darn near break their arm. You're going to get a response
Of course.
from the person. If somebody inflicts pain upon you by snatching your arm or bending you in a way that, you know, is unnatural, the moment you jerk or try to release from that pain, they're going to insinuate that you're now resisting arrest, and they start to fight you. So it's like they've come up with so many ways. We keep telling our boys this, and it's good for them to know and understand that. And it's good to be respectful when, you know, you're in that situation to kind of eliminate or try to alleviate that. But you just have some people who are hell-bent on being that way. And complying is not going to always be the case. So it should not be accepted that, you know, why is it that black people have to be on their most perfect behavior and no one else does? You either be perfect or we'll kill you, but no one else has to be. I think that's a very dangerous narrative to keep accepting and to keep feeding, you know, generation after generation.
Thank you, Carla. Great points. Great points. So
that's it in a nutshell. You know, shut us down and go home. That's the end of it. The bottom line is we have to now teach people differently. People have to almost have the mind state, our people. Almost have to have the mind state where it's like, when you meet up with the police, you might die. Okay? So the law of self-preservation is going to have to kick in.
Well, I think it did. I think it did. I mean, and also, man, he has been involved in the system before. You don't know what he's been through. I'll give you a small example. Let's take it outside police. I got bit by a dog when I was 6. I'm terrified of dogs to this day. Vicious bite, bit, dragged, everything. I'm terrified of dogs to this day, from the tiniest dog to the biggest dog. I know it doesn't make sense. I can tell myself that all day long. But that reflex, when it comes to a dog, no other animal, when it comes to a dog, I'm tensing on guard just off rip. And if you've had some people that have been beaten down so long, no, but you do. So being around you, you know, maybe that's therapy for me. But when you're used to being treated a certain way by these folks and you see them getting bolder, when you see them breaking into people's apartments, killing folks and getting off, saying, oh, I thought I was in my apartment. Well, I thought this, and they're getting away with it, and you've already had experiences with these folks, it's natural. And we got to change it. Instead of us chopping down harder on our children, maybe we should demand some stuff out of these people who are supposed to protect us. Now, I do this to segue. Some really interesting things came out today because we can see that this is having some effect on this country. One, the president came out with some BS police reforms. Okay, he had to do that to get in front of it. Whatever. Next, the Senate propped Tim Scott up as they one black representative of the GOP. He came with some old lukewarm crap. But the thing about it is they never would have did that at all. Now, the Democrats got a straight package. It's not great by a long shot. But more and more and more, this is going to change. We get rid of that. Okay, you know, even Dick Gregory, if you all go to our page, Dick Gregory has some great points on what to do with the police. It ain't about trying to make people like you. It's not about that, but it's about giving people incentives to do their job correctly. Number one, all of them should get a pay raise. He believes police children should go to school for free. Make one mistake, your license is gone, you're prosecuted. I'm with that. I think they got a hard job. I'm not trying to say being a police is easy, but I'm trying to say the abuse has got to stop. I'm about to say something I thought I'd never say in my life. We got to break their union. We got to break their union. It's too protective of crazy behavior. Give them something to lose. What'd you say? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cardinal.
Well, no, I'm saying that something in that same piece that Dick Gregory was saying, I believe he was saying that police officers need to have insurance taken out on them.
Yeah. Hang on one quick sec. Got another caller. For SHO Radio, speak your piece. Hello? Go for it.
It's me. Hold on. I gotta put you on another thing. Hello?
Yep. Who is me? Who are you?
Hello?
Yes. You're on the air.
This is Nikita.
What's up, Nikita? Go for it.
So I'm gonna say this. I do agree with some of the points you had because I grew up in a family of black police officers, and my neighbor even told me something the other day. So I do think we gotta think about protection and just I don't know how we can just get along. I do agree that there's a lot of things going on, but I think a lot of this is about miscommunication and just not even understanding. But I also think there's a lot of ignorance going on. And so sometimes it's hard for us to diffuse things when everybody's running high on emotions and just thinking about it from their perspective. And I will be honest, sometimes when I tell people I'm a second generation police officer family. So, and I know what they go through in the trenches. My neighbor told me the other day about how she was getting rocks thrown at her and just different things that happen.
Are you there? I don't know if a call dropped or not. Hello? Nikita, please call back if whatever reason is out. I want you to finish your points for sure. You got some good ones. And that's a perspective we don't often hear. So I'm going to hang up, call back. For whatever reason, the line just went out. Put Cardinal back on.
Now, I'm trying not to blame you know who, because then they're going to start blocking heads and doing everything else. But damn, I don't know what else to do. StreamYard full of shit, everybody full of shit. But look, the bottom line is this, man.
We just had her back. Call back again, Nikita. Whatever he's cutting out. I'm gonna chop you when she comes. I want her to finish making those points because she made some great points.
I want to hear what Nikita got to say. Strike a pose, Nikita. But I mean, you know, look, man. I mean, the bottom line is, I'm going to go as far right now to say it's a slave mentality that we got. You know, I mean, period. I mean, we have conditioned ourselves to be afraid of these people.
Well, with good reason. With good reason now. It's just not out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, yeah, man, but I mean, because they didn't step their game up, and you know, and killing them wholesale, and we're watching them go to court if it makes it to court, and watching like that Amber Geiger or whatever, you know, what we're seeing on it. So a lot of people are like you said, they're conditioning themselves to be afraid.
Okay, here we go. Got another call. For SHO Radio, speak your piece.
Man, I was waiting for Nikita to call back. This is Dante.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, she has some great points, man. But go ahead, Dante.
Yeah, I think what I was trying to say earlier, man, as far as like these are conversations that we still need to have with our young men as far as the one false move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the police are killing us anyway. But guess what? This is going on for 400 years over here. It's been going on before we even got on the boat. You know, we don't even know our own history. I think my biggest deal with this is that, yes, I'm happy that we're outraged. I'm happy that we're demonstrating. I'm happy that we're marching. But here's the reality when it comes to black people. We don't even fucking talk to each other. You understand what I'm saying? We don't even coexist in our own community. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see a lot less talking and a lot more doing. You know what I'm saying? Because the talking shit, and I just posted it on Facebook, the talking shit is cute and all of that or whatever, but man, we have to start doing. Like, what are we actually doing in the community, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, stop all this talking and start actually doing for each other. Like, this is where it starts. It starts in the household with your own kids. It starts by at least having conversations with your next door neighbor that you ain't talked to and you've been living next door to for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? To get to understanding each other, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sound like me. I'm from Detroit, just like me, you, and Dave. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've been shot. You know what I'm saying? I got shot 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, when I was in the hospital, the police thought I was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They said, man, let's go. This guy going to die anyway when they were trying to interview me. I understand, man, how fucked up. And these were black police officers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How the police officers can be. At the same time, we still need to have these conversations. I don't need to be running from the police and grabbing tasers and things like that. You know what I'm saying? To put myself in a worse situation, even if he had not got killed, you're adding years on to, if you would have got a DUI, you know what I'm saying, or a DWI, you would have been maybe a couple hours in jail.
Nah, he was a violator. He'd have went to jail. Period.
Well, here's the thing, though. Go to court, make it to court to fight those battles.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we have. That's the message that we still need to give to our kids. I'm not saying that, you know, we have to be passive and be cool with, you know, how these bad police officers are acting, or these police officers who are just scared punks. You know what I'm saying? Who are killing us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not condoning any of that. But at the same time, we definitely need to be more accountable for our own communities, period. You know, we need to do more giving and more interacting and more doing, you know, than just saying, oh, we're outraged and things like that. And then we don't do anything else about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I was saying.
Okay.
On my comment.
I think you had some great points. Yeah. You know, I agree with that. I'm going to give a little pushback. And this is not because I disagree with Dante. Dante is my brother. I pretty much do agree with everything he had to say. The only thing I'm saying here is those are almost two different things. Everything he said we need in our community, in my opinion, we do need. However, I'm not going to excuse the police for none of that. And nobody else in their community is together either. It's not just a one thing. It ain't like, oh, the Asian community tight, oh, the Jewish community tight, or the Irish community tight, or the Chaldean community tight, or the Arab community tight. So why is it incumbent upon us, to do that just to get protection that we pay for anyway? Just to get protection that we pay for. And I do think we got to do that, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying at the same time, if Rashard Brooks' name was Raven Abanovich, he'd be alive right now. I don't even think he'd be tased. I think he probably would have sat there and let him, maybe got an Uber for him. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's something I'm not going to blame victims. I'm not going to blame the oppressed people for their oppressors. I do know we got issues we got to deal with. I know that. I know that. But I'm not going to say, that's not going to be a way to say, oh, that's why he got. I don't care what he did. Nothing justifies murdering him, especially when you go to the scene and you look at the space we're talking about. When that police officer shot that gun, he killed anybody in that parking lot. There was just no regard for anybody over there. There was no regard for anybody's life. And I was in a protest with thousands of people early today. The majority of them were multiracial. I went over to the Wendy's. It was all black. It was all black in that little area. And I know there's no way that officer would have bust up in a crowd full of a more diverse crowd. I'm going to just put it like that. So I'm not about to excuse their actions for nothing. But I do agree things we got to do. You know? Go ahead.
I'm going to say this, man. I think that people who blame Rashard Brooks, these are the same people who would blame a woman for being raped
right.
at a party.
Right.
Saying, well,
look what she had on. Or what? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, nah.
She shouldn't have been doing this. See, that's the kind of stuff that people are doing, man, and y'all wrong for that. And I've listened to tons of people this week that I argued with back and
I told you, man, it's because they so scared, man. I mean, we don't want this to happen to our sons and daughters. So we think if we tell them the perfect way to behave, won't nothing happen. But anybody who saw that George Floyd tape knows he was sitting still, wasn't doing anything, and they killed him. Anybody who knows Breonna Taylor's story knows that she was asleep. She was sleeping. They burst in and killed her. There is no conversation you can have right now that can completely protect your kids. Okay? This dude had an inoperable taser, and he got shot in the back. He was shot in the back, which means he was in full retreat, and you've killed him. Then you kicked him after you killed him, and you said, got him. And then you didn't call for any kind of medical attention. You busy picking up shells, trying to hide the scene. So you're a murderer. You're a murderer. You're a murderer, man. And I understand we have things we got to work on. I understand that probably wasn't the best choice, but I also understand he's a murderer. We won't call it that. And whatever happened for 400 years, happened for 400 years, but it comes a point in time where we got to stand up and say, this is not going to happen to us anymore. And I love that energy is out there. And it's scary to people who used to the old way. It's scary. It's different. But it's not bad because we want to keep our kids alive. We know that. Go ahead, Cardinal.
Well, I mean, you summed it up, man. I mean, the bottom line is, man, listen, the times that we're living in, yesterday's kings don't open up stage blocks, and these people today, this is a different breed. They are not having this crap. They see things for what they are, okay? They know that these goddamn police, it's not just a song no more. It's not just, just the police coming straight from the underground.
It was never a song.
30 years ago. It's not just a song no more.
It wasn't never a song, Dave. It wasn't never a song.
Well, I mean, with today's technology.
Man, the only reason we tripping on this right now is we all home with COVID-19 watching. And they murdered him. And that's the first time we got a full-fledged murder on TV. And then 2 weeks before that, we saw Ahmaud Arbery jogging, and they hunted him down in pickup trucks and executed him. Then we saw the morning before George Floyd, a woman in Central Park try to get this black man assassinated from police because she didn't want to put her dog on the leash. I just think it's all this stuff happening at this point in time that's really making this happen. But I mean, we were never down with this. I'm not going to make it sound like all of a sudden, because quite frankly, in 93, they tore LA up. In Atlanta, they done bust some windows and burned down a Wendy's, okay? That's a whole different vibe. I was out there in the 90s. I was out there today. It's a completely different vibe. It's not fighting. It's more like this is going to change. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's a time that's come. And in corporations, that's our next topic. Corporations are scrambling to try to get with the program. They coming out with stuff like black people were just invented yesterday. Like Aunt Jemima been Aunt Jemima for 130 years. Now it's racist. All of a sudden, come on, man. Eric just came with a good point, and we're gonna definitely make this a topic. We'll get more information. Let's not glaze over the reported hangings that have happened as well. It's been hangings everywhere. Okay. Yada Cash says first time in America he put shooting the taser back that long he ain't just run. The taser didn't even work, my dude. But not protecting law, but 2 wrongs don't make it right. And that officer him made 2 bad choices. You're right. He made a bad choice by running, but homeboy made a bad choice. He's gonna put him in jail for murder. Hopefully. And see, the thing about it, I understand this may be your first time in America, but understand this. People do way worse to police and nothing happens. A guy named Dylan Roof walked in a South Carolina church, killed 12 black people. They picked him up with the greatest, with the greatest of ease, took him to Wendy's, Burger King, somewhere, made him feel perfect. And just kept going. So if this was happening to everybody, yeah, that's cool. But that's not what happens, unfortunately. Man, hey, glad your first time with the show, man. Keep on listening, though. Angie put up, this is great, man. I'm getting tired of reading that. Trump on stillskin is to bold these racists to kill, absolutely, because they've been getting away with it. Enough is enough. Rashard knew it. I honestly think at some point he thought he wasn't going to survive that night. I agree. Why wouldn't he? I'm certain extreme measures went through his mind as an attempt to try to stay alive. White people don't know what we feel, how we think, how petrified, nervous we are. We even see a cop. That's right. It's like a subconscious feeling. Yes, we talk a lot, but we need to talk through this exactly. I think we got, is this Nikita? Is this Nikita?
No, this Steve.
Steve, go for it, Steve. Boom.
Hey, what's up, guys? I was just gonna say, I think what we're missing here is the underlying issue is that a whole system has been set in place for many years to marginalize and castigate a whole race of people.
Absolutely.
And so what you see, you're just seeing the results of that, you know, on camera, live, in real time. So I think that's just simply that. You know, we've got to change the system. I mean, this racist system that's been put in place for all these years, man, these police. And the thing about it is, it's been so secretly embedded and interwoven into America's fiber. You know, white people, a lot of them don't even know that it exists because they've never had to identify with this kind of
Hey, Steve,
get treated like
Steve, black people don't know it exists. That's why they're trying to justify these murders.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They've absorbed it too. Yeah.
You get my point, though,
Yeah,
man. It's
absolutely.
Like a huge injustice that's being exposed on a mass level right now.
Right.
And people just don't know how to deal with it.
It's a beautiful thing, though, man. Like I said, I was out there today, man. It's some energy. It's some energy that wasn't there before. Things are changing.
They are.
Things are changing, man.
Let me say this about that situation in particular. You got two cops against one guy. There's no reason in the world that man had to die.
None.
You know.
And bro, if you seen the place, it was nowhere he could even run. Like the blood is still in the parking lot. It was nowhere he could go. And he posed no threat. And when you get to shoot that gun in an area that tight, you're endangering everybody in there.
Right,
everybody in there, man. You know?
Reckless. That second guy was reckless. I saw the whole thing from the beginning when the first cop got there. If he acted like for a minute, if my man, I truly believe if Rashard would have stayed away, he would have let him go. Or called him an Uber. It wasn't until that second cop showed up that things got out of hand. Because when that first cop was there, man, he was like, oh, he went back to sleep, going back and forth with this police guy. He was gonna let him go.
And you would be shocked that Atlanta police is so tone deaf. In the same week, 6 officers been fired. Knowing what's going on across the country. Why? And that's right. Just here in Georgia, man, a Hispanic guy tased a police officer a week ago during his arrest. He still made it to the police station. He actually tased the officer.
Wow.
And Rashard did.
I hope they throw the book at him.
Oh, they have. They have.
They deserve. I don't care what
they have.
Dave's saying he had all these arguments with people, man.
No.
They need to throw the book at them cops. That
Dude.
man had no reason to die. He didn't have to get shot in the back, taser or not. They could have chased him down, bull-tied him, anything.
He gonna pay for everything any cop did out here for the last 60 years, man.
Both of them in jail. Both of them need to be in jail. The other one don't need to be free. What's he free for? He stood there and let it happen.
Dude, he's gonna go to.
He needs to go down to.
He's turning state's evidence. He's turning state's evidence, man.
He's trying to minimize. Of course,
he's
trying to minimize his role. You know, like he's the good cop.
Right.
You know.
No, I mean after they killed him, they kicked him. They stood on his shoulders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
But that's pretty much my point, man, is that it's just a whole system of measures and you know, that have been implemented over, you know, a long period of time, man, that are in place that have been almost like secretly embedded to keep us down and kill us. You know, so that's what's happening.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's just starting to get exposed.
Exactly, man. Great points, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yep. Go ahead, Cardinal.
I raised him. I don't know if I made this point enough.
Okay.
You know, every week when he called. By the way, for y'all who don't know, I know we're serious right now, but I really hate the fact that y'all have to sit there and look at him the whole time.
Y'all know how I normally just mute him? I can do the same thing here.
A sexual beast, and I apologize.
I'm sorry. You know, no matter what, we got to go through that with him. I agree with Dinah. I want to see the second one go to jail too. I'm just upset that he's not going to go to jail as long, but I do think he's going to get something. What I don't want to see is him become a police officer somewhere in some other department 2-3 years from now. You know, I give Paul Howard a whole lot of credit. He hit them with everything he could. He hit them with every possible thing he could. So something gonna stick. I love to see the felony murder stick. I love to see that stick, but I just don't know. Yeah, but it's not that. It's just what he did. They went right down the list, even violating oath of office, man. You know, and I hope it sends a message to all the Atlanta police who calling in, who got a problem with it. Hey, quit. Dude, no, they not. Like, when they say all that stuff about them resigning, they're resigning from their tactical force. They're not leaving them jobs with that pay. Where else they gonna get that? They're not leaving those jobs, man. No, hey, they have a high school diploma. A lot of officers, man, that's pretty good loot and benefits, man. But I'm just like, if it's a problem, leave. Go do something else. You're probably better off doing something else. It's not an easy job, you know, and you probably can't handle it. Shoot.
On the line of this, man, it seems like if you was a group of this on some big wave of change going on. Right now, we got Minnesota that's trying to look at reform. We got Cuomo out in New York that's supposedly going through a complete sweeping change in the police force out there. So, I mean, look, man, are you buying all this? Do you think all this is going to work, or is this just window dressing for this election?
No, it's definitely going to work. It's definitely going to change. The thing is the changes we want. Okay, the real change we want to end qualified immunity for police officers. We want them to be charged against everyone else. But as far as demilitarizing the police, I would love to see lethal weapons taken away from them. I don't feel they should all have them. I like to see mental health professionals. I like to have mental health professionals handle mental health calls, drug overdoses, stuff like that. I think there's going to be fundamental change in the police force because police, they abusing white folks now too. Like, I really think they jacked them up to see the 75-year-old dude in Buffalo get, knocked over. They kept going with him too. You've built up this bully military, and you can't use military against your own citizens. So I do think there's some changes. Most of these changes are window dressing. So we're fighting to see if we can get the real ones. But as far as defunding the police, absolutely, that's got to happen. And all defunding means is we just taking money we use to buy all kind of weapons and put it in education and different things. If we look at Camden, New Jersey, if we look at, they got no problem with that. They got no problem with taking money there. But see, politicians for 30 years have built stuff up on law and order. All law and order means is busting poor folks' heads, busting black folks' heads, busting brown folks' heads, put you in a system you can't get out of. So we're going to see those changes. And we're going to see those changes soon. So the hope is just how much we can keep the pedal to the gas and demand it. Man, you realize there's almost been a month of solid protest now in the middle of a pandemic. This is the reason why every company you see that know they don't give a blank about Black Lives Matter is coming with statements, is coming with changes. Because number one, they're missing money from COVID. They're missing money for COVID, and they're trying to get that money. Eric says no complete defunding, but a definite overhaul of the hiring and training dynamics need to take place. Complete backgrounds and psych tests. I believe in complete defunding. I do. I think what you put down is fantastic. But I really, truly think the same way they did in Camden, New Jersey, they fired every single police officer, including the chief, and started over. I think you need to break it all the way down and start over. I think you need cops walking the beat inside the community, doing some non-aggressive policing, gathering intelligence, instead of just running in, busting heads, pulling guns, and terrorizing people. That has to change. That's what we mean by defund you. You can keep your weapon, you can keep your baton, but I don't need you loaded. You don't need an AR-15. You don't need to walk up here and rag. You don't need all that because police don't stop crimes no way. They don't stop crime. It's done. They show up when it's done, and they'll go bust a head of somebody walking. So, I mean, I'm not with that. And I think a lot of jobs inside the department, you don't need police to do. Like police shouldn't be answering phones. They need to be on the beat, and it makes it easier for them. The more you have out there, and the more they're part of the community. Also, we gotta have residency back. We gotta have residency back. You gotta live in the community you police. You can't be somebody coming in from the outside. One of the growing up in Detroit for the majority of my life, you know, before Saginaw, there was a residency requirement for police and firemen. You had to live there. You had to live there. They didn't answer their test for racism. Yeah, yeah, and they worked. They worked. They worked. And you could go there. And you knew them. And you knew them. Instead of folks that have nothing to do with you. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. McCartney's not here tonight, but he put up something with another guy put, like, everybody talking about F the police. But nobody says, you know, F the fire department. And I'm telling you, it's racism within the fire department, too. They bust up in black homes, tearing up furniture, all kind of stuff. You know, Detroit Fire Department is taking pictures in front of burning buildings, talking about group photos, selfies. There's a lot of racism inside these little government entities. Personally, I don't mind police being racist as long as you do your job. I don't care what your thoughts are. Do your job. And if we give them something to lose and we pay them enough, they're going to do their job. Dick Gregory's idea about funding school for children of police, I think that's a great idea because if you mess up, you lost it. Now you got something you got to do. You know, I can't change the way you feel inside, but I can give you incentives, and you're going to lose this if you don't follow them. You know, because there's people going to be racist till they die. They just lie about it. You know, but as long as we can keep what's going on with us there.
To be yourself and not do your job, and because when you're not doing your job, that's when you busting and shooting black people in the back, and shooting them in the ass, and doing all this stuff. Yeah,
because I mean, you know, it's a whole lot of us that don't necessarily care for white folks that go do that hell of a job every day. You know what I'm saying? You still do your job. You know.
Hey man, all of y'all that's watching this, I hope y'all are sharing this. I hope y'all.
Yeah, share it really. Bust it. If you on Facebook, hit that share. Hit that share. Put it out there. Because this is for y'all. Hey, the phone lines are open. 770-369-0181. I don't pretend to have all the answers. He don't have the answers. All of us together can come with some solutions. And I call. Vent. Yeah, okay. Vent. Let it out. Talk about it. I mean, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about Juneteenth right now? You know, it went from being fairly low-key, at least in the North. You know, I didn't grow up knowing about it. It was only till I started dealing with folks from Texas I really learned about it. And even when I learned about it, I was teasing like, what, y'all were slaves for an extra 2 years? We was all free. You know, just joking and stuff. But now it's a big deal. You know, now it's good. Now it looks like it could be a holiday. What do you think?
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because I got into an argument with somebody today. When the question came to me is, do you think that Juneteenth should be a recognized national holiday?
Absolutely.
I'm going to be honest with you. I said no.
Why?
Because this is already a holiday for us. You know what? See, this is what's going to happen. And it happened already over here in my neighborhood tonight. These people are looking at this as a holiday. You know what they did all day? They barbecued, now they shooting guns in the air.
Okay.
They turned this shit to the 4th of July.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I would rather it stay kind of like an organic feel. Kind of like, okay, they're not going to make it a holiday. We just going to take it. We just going to make it our, we're going to go out. If this was a nationally recognized holiday, like Dr. King's Day and everything else, then people would not give it the same
hold it. We still got Nat Turner Day. People celebrating Nat Turner. That's still organic. October 22nd is Nat Turner Day for those who don't know. Okay, but my point is there's still that. I would like to see it recognized, man. I would like to see this country make a full-throated, now I'm not saying it's going to do anything, but psychologically it does. Apology for slavery. I would like to see some form of reparations. I would like to see that.
Look at the response. Look at how people have. I have never seen so much. Now, you know a lot of it got to do with George Floyd.
Yeah.
And coronavirus and people are.
That's beautiful, though.
You know,
but
people are feeling like they're breaking out of some damn game.
Dude, hold on. Don't underestimate what's going on. They ripping down Confederate statues, not just here, but all over the globe. A bunch of symbols of white supremacy are coming down, man. I'm not trying to poke holes in that because they've stood for so long, and they're coming down. And I think it should be a holiday. I think it should be a paid day off. I think it should be a paid week off. But that's okay. You know, we keep going, man. As long as that spirit, that energy don't die. I think it's beautiful, man. I do.
I think that would take away from the energy.
But it's not.
I mean, like Dr. King's Day, that's just a day off. That's for people to sleep in.
But see, that's you. Hold on a second. There's a lot of people who don't look at it that way. Yeah, that's what you do.
I don't celebrate nothing. I celebrate the birth of the cardinal and his penis. But I don't care nothing about these damn holidays.
Okay.
And the reason why is because it's coming from the government. I don't need them. It's like Black History Month. I don't need the government to tell me I get to read about me. I don't care.
Well, check it out. Then why don't you just celebrate on a different day? I want
to celebrate it today.
But my point, well, then chill. I mean, you can't justify and legislate how somebody else spends a holiday. You just can't mean this.
But we don't need it. Look at how people took the day. If
Dude,
they didn't have the day off, they took it off.
The same people who gonna do that gonna do it anyway. Just because 99% of folks are not gonna do it. Less than 1% of people get out there to do anything to make changes anyway. Everybody else is gonna ride. So if they ride, they just ride. And one thing Katrina said to counter what you're saying, Katrina says we allowed them to control the narrative of Dr. King. They don't teach his reality. I agree. If you choose to accept that I have a dream, that's all it is to Martin Luther King, that's on you. But most folks who have studied and know, man, Martin Luther King was revolutionary, man. Martin Luther King was not an ally of this country when he was assassinated, man.
Oh, I know. Oh, he said I'm tired of
But my point is, if that's all you want to view him as, that's all you want to celebrate his day as, then that's you. If you choose to sleep in, that's you. But it still gives people who are serious the time to get out there and reflect, man. So I think it's the bomb. Well, don't accept it. You go to work that day. Then you go to work that day, despite the government. You do something different.
But no, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that I don't need them to make it a holiday. It's already a holiday.
And I'm saying, good, that's you. I don't disagree with you. I don't agree with you. I just think that that's good. If you feel that way, cool. But it's going to happen because it's politically convenient. It's something they can both agree on. It's easier to make that a holiday than it is to try to get rid of qualified immunity for these police. It's easier to make this a holiday to make some fundamental changes.
Remember, here's the thing. Whatever you're going to get from these demons, get it this year. This election year, you even got Trump that's speaking in favor of property. Everything in 2020 right now is ass backwards. So these white people are showing out right now, and Roger Goodell, they all give Kaepernick a job, and they put Black Lives Matter on everything, NASCAR, and took down the Confederate flag. Just tell them to get it out of them now while they're in the so-called spirit. Next year, they ain't gonna act like this. don't believe these people didn't change.
I don't think that's nothing to do with it. That's doing money. No, these are corporations. This is money. It's not the government. This is money.
Yeah.
It's money. There's only one group of people that gives all their money away plus. There's only one group of people that don't spend money inside their community at all. Okay? So, right. So, I mean, if I'm a corporation, that's where most of my money coming from. Where is Nike really making their money? By group. Okay? I mean, for y'all to just say the election year, I hear you, but I don't. I don't think anybody right now that pretends they're undecided about who they vote for, they're pretending. You already know who you voting for. You're dug in. If you've been camped out for a week waiting on Trump to get to Tulsa tomorrow, it don't matter what he says it does in the next 4 months, it's going to change your vote. If you're someone who wasn't going to vote for him, there's nothing he says it does that's going to change your vote. The most you doing voting at this point, you're just splitting peas. It's either going to be this Democrat, that Democrat, this Republican, or that Republican. I could care less because I don't think it makes any difference outside the local and state level. Okay, no, clearly I don't want to see Donald Trump in office, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. I don't think the person that's running against him is too much different than he is.
Well, I don't either. I voted for Jesus in the last election before that. I voted for Jesus, and I think I put you on the ballot for Secretary of State.
Oh, okay.
And I voted for Nasser Farad Muhammad.
You do realize you don't vote for Secretary of State, right? Did you know that?
You said what?
You know you don't vote for Secretary of State. You know that's not office. Oh, you mean for the state of Michigan? Okay, the state. I got you. No, I thought you meant nationally. No, I thought you meant nationally. You don't vote for a Secretary of State now. I got you. My bad. Yeah, state level. I got you. Okay. I want to answer this question. Dante put up the narrative has been controlled. What's our history 600 years ago? I don't believe narrative is controlled at all. I believe it's what you seek to believe or go to look at. If you choose to believe one thing, that's cool. If you choose to teach your children one thing, that's cool. But it's not necessarily controlled. Unless people, okay. 63 people voted for Hillary Clinton, 63 million. 60 million voted for Donald Trump. 130 million didn't vote at all. I don't think most people care on a real level where they think it affects their life. And the majority of people don't vote. And the majority of people aren't going to vote. And I'm tired of people saying, oh, so-and-so died for you to vote. No, they didn't. Nobody died for you to vote. That's some old house slave talk. Nobody died for you to vote. You know? No, I'm not saying don't vote. I'm just saying if that's your choice, do it. But please don't think it's this life-changing thing. A lot of stuff you're talking about with Trump existed before him. Now, he's ridiculous. He's annoying. He's horrible. But when he comes out, if you really, truly think stuff is going to change, I just say, how much stuff changed without 8 years of Obama? Don't say I don't love Obama. I do. But how much stuff really changed? The president doesn't make that big of a difference in our day-to-day lives. He just don't. He might be annoying. He may be a role model, but he don't make that much difference, man. I mean, that's just how I feel. So I'm not going to get too bent out of shape about that. These corporations take our money. And as long as they're going to take our money, we got them. I'm not going to say he didn't do anything, but I'm going to just say it just wasn't like heaven on earth. And I can't say that Trump, I lost 3 jobs under Obama because he closed the schools. But I also don't believe that I don't think Trump has been hell on earth. I don't like Trump. Government's not just the executive branch. Okay. The legislative branch has done nothing either. And the judicial branch just sits back. Actually, the Supreme Court's been great this week. It's been great. But the legislators, all they're going to do is take a poll, see who's giving them the most money, lobbyists, and they're going to go that way and try to talk about it. What can we float? Okay, we probably can't get across out of many. Hey, if we give them Juneteenth, maybe I want to introduce a bill for Juneteenth. And what's that really doing? I mean, it's like it's smoke and mirrors, man, for real. It is, you know, but on a local level, they can do a whole lot. on your local level, it can really help some conditions. And on the state level too. You know, but as far as federal, man, you know, you will just see. We can have this conversation 2 years from now. I don't see too much change. Folks just want to get in office. They will promise you anything to get in and get some more money. You know, but again, that's my opinion. If you got a different take on government, please call. Because I love to hear it. I respect it.
Let me tell you, I said years ago, I didn't say it today because it was screwing up, but everything is fixed from sports to politics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't believe in not one politician. I have not voted for an actual, I think the first time Obama ran, I was so happy a nigga was doing something, I voted for him. Other than that, I don't vote for these people. Some years I just didn't go. But then I said, well, I'm going to start voting for the people telling me, oh, you should vote. They died for you and all that. I said, no, they didn't. But you know what? I'm going to go vote anyway. And I'm going to write names on the thing. And that's what I said. You got to pick what you want. You want to be president? You want to be vice? What you want to do? I'm going to put your name in.
I voted every single election. Primary, side years, millage. But I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a believer in democracy. I try to know who I'm voting for. A lot of folks, they get through the first 3 names, they're just picking who got the elephant or whatever. I try to know what it is I'm voting for. That being said, I'm not saying everybody needs to vote. And I'm running around talking about people dying for a vote. Most of the emotion for me for Trump is personal. I don't want this dude. I don't like this dude. But I don't believe for 1 minute that Joe Biden gonna do nothing he hadn't done in 53 years. I don't. So I don't like Trump. No, I don't want to see him. But I don't believe that Biden is no savior. I still don't. You know, just not. So you know, I'm not saying don't vote. I'm just saying that's the minimal thing you can do. If you're really serious, get active with stuff. Get involved in your community. Do other stuff. Just stand in line for 15 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, whatever it takes. That's really minimal. That's not like this great, big, gigantic, oh my God, I'm doing something. That's just once every 4 years, once every 2 years, special election, once every 18 months. Voting is not going to change the issues we have. That's a great accessory, but that's not going to change. And then when you vote for them, hold them accountable. For all the folks that's so big on Biden, I want you to hold him accountable. I'm going to give you this number right now, Angie. Call on in and defend this dude who ain't did nothing since he came from Delaware 53 years ago. He's done zero. 770-369-0181. The floor is going to be yours. No, I hate Trump. But I hate Trump too. I mean, I get it. I do get it.
But they're blindly going to, it's like, oh, we can't have him back. And
no.
Biden's not going to be any damn different. This demon might be worse.
Man, I'm going to tell you one thing I love. Trump got y'all woke and active more than we've been since the public enemy days. So on that level, I do like that. But please call. Please call, because the Trump is the reason folks out in the street, it was going to be some changes. The opposition to him is strong. I love that. And I would hate to go vote and think because this new person's in, all of that's going to die. All of that's going to go down. So please call. Please call, you know, and straight up, I mean, I'm very willing to listen to what you had to say, very willing to give you the platform to speak it. I mean, it's not a Democrat show. This is not a Republican show. This is a straight up independent, you know, whatever you think, you know.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, man. I want to say I'm proud of you because
Dude, I've been like that.
The last 7 years.
Okay.
Finally, some of your thoughts, some of your thinking, you finally come around and started, when you said that the people in the civil rights, those old bastards didn't die.
I didn't say all that.
I thought that was beautiful.
No, that's not true. But I mean, I voted every election. Okay, here we go. Got a call from Cincinnati coming in. For SHO Radio, speak your piece, caller. Hello? For some reason, it's not coming out. I think this is Angie. Do this. We're going to hang up, call back, because we can't hear you for some reason, okay? So I'm going to hang up, call right back. Hold the line open for you. I really want to hear what she has to say. I know she's got some interesting points.
That's my baby.
All right, man. Beautiful person. Beautiful person.
Yeah.
I voted every election, Gigi. I believe I'm a voter, but I try to be an informed voter.
Well, look, I voted everyone too.
And I'm not a.
The names
I mean, that's beautiful. Good. That means you vote. You're the voter. You don't, and you do. Let me put the number back here.
The people in the civil rights.
Here we go. Hold on a second, bro. Hello?
All right.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Got you. Perfect. Perfect. Go for it. The floor is yours.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Go for it.
Now, you know when I say I'm human, I'm not like real mad at
Yeah. You good. Go for it.
Okay. Now, you know when I say I'm human, I can't be mad at y'all because I love you too much for that.
Appreciate you.
But I'll get really upset when I hear people say, you don't have to vote if you don't want to, or I don't really like Trump, but I don't like Biden. And I'm not here to tell people who they should be voting for. But like I said in one of my comments, Trump has emboldened these people who are racist to continually inflict all this racism. What we see right now is because of him. Having him in office is really just going to be more of the same BS. Now, again, I'm not trying to really inflict my opinion, but we can't continue to have someone who really is against us leading the nation, who doesn't like to read. He really doesn't know what the heck he's doing. Everything that he's doing isn't really for us anyway. So why in the heck would we even want somebody like that in office? Secondly, if we encourage Black people to actually not vote, we're only just encouraging people who are voting for him to actually help him get in office. It makes no sense. We only have two options. So if we don't vote, then we're actually encouraging him to actually have more of a platform to get back in there. So if you don't want him in there, you either vote for the person who is not him, which would be Biden, and then work towards the issues you don't like about Biden to make sure that we make things happen, because Biden is more of an option, a better option to work with us than he would be working against us. I just don't see how people don't understand that. Of course he, doesn't seem to say all the right things, and he didn't do as much as we would have liked him to have done when he was in there for 8 years. I get all that. But he would be more willing to work with us than what Trump has done. I can't even believe I said his name, because I call him everything but his name.
I agree. I agree with 98% of what you said. I do.
Okay, what's the other 2%? Because everybody has their opinions, but I need to hear the other 2%, and I love you too, Dave. But I can't stand that punk. Okay, don't make me cuss. I'm sorry.
I hear you.
I don't even like to cuss, but just help me out here.
Stop it, man! Don't encourage that. You be you. I don't encourage people not to vote. I do encourage them to be informed voters, and this is what I mean. I'm not a Biden fan, but I'm definitely not a Trump fan. But I don't like Joe Biden. I don't like the Democratic Party. I feel that their feet should be held to the flame. I think that when we give our vote away, without holding him to the flame, without saying, you're going to do this. You're going to do this. That I see voting. Not, oh, yeah, we love you, Joe. You the savior. You can do so-and-so. Joe, when you was in, you voted against the crime bill. Joe, you put these police out on the street that's brutal the way they are now. Joe, what you going to do about it? How you going to correct that? Joe, you better select the black women because black people are the only reason you're even the nominee right now. See, it's talking to him like that, putting him there, okay, fine. Now I roll with you. But just like expecting him to do some stuff he hasn't done, and he's 78. He's been a politician since he was 25. He's done none of this. He stood against integrating schools. He wrote the crime bill. He imprisoned us. He's never stood up for black folks ever. He was a great pick for Obama because he got him white working class votes in Pennsylvania. That was good. But now, okay, yeah, I guess he's better than Trump. But one of the things I do like about Trump is Trump got us active, moving, and going. Like, I don't think any politician is going to save us. I don't think voting is bad, but I do think you got to take your candidate and you got to make him do what he's going to do. We don't just give him nothing. He's got to do that. To me, if he doesn't select the black woman vice president, what's the point? To me, you know what I'm saying? I do understand where y'all coming from. Anything's better than Trump, yes. But you got to be a little bit more. That's got to be a little bit more than just that. For me, you know, I'm not going to vote for Trump. That's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he leaves a lot to be desired. He wasn't even, I don't even like Democrats. He wasn't even my favorite Democrat. I just don't think this dude, I don't think he's coherent. I don't think he knows what day it is, really. But he's not Trump. But that's the only thing we keep bringing up. He's not Trump. He's not Trump. But Trump is just the ass. He's just the ass. He's not really affecting our lives to that point. Yeah, he's brought some racists out the closet, but I prefer my racism straight up. I don't want my racism. I don't like the Democrat racism where you use me, you pretend you're my friend, and you do nothing to help me. I prefer just knowing where you're coming from flat out. Okay, that's you. Now I can deal with you better. I can deal with you better. Not gonna vote for him, not at all. So that I get. And I'm not gonna vote. I'm gonna vote. I always vote. But I do think we need to be more informed about who we're voting for. I care more about who your local representatives and state representatives are than who the president is. I do. So that's all. So I'm not against anyone that's saying they down with Biden. I get it. I get it. Y'all my whole family is down with Biden. It's just for me, I'm tired of people using us. I'm sick of being used. That's all.
Tell me what you think about, all these, big money makers, these guys like, what is it, Cube and...
I'm all for it. I'm 1,000% in agreement with them. Our vote needs to be held hostage the way everybody else is. Oh, yeah.
People to hold back their vote?
No, they're saying hijack the voters. Okay. The Jewish community are what? Democrat or Republican? They're neither. They're whatever suits their interest. Asian communities neither Democrat or Republican, whatever suits their interest. Latino communities neither Democrat or Republican, whatever suits their interest. That what Cuban them are saying, they ain't saying don't vote for Biden. They're saying don't just let him take your vote for granted. Joe Biden wasn't even winning primaries. He was coming in fourth, third. He got to South Carolina. Black folks made him the front runner. So therefore, to me, there should be no issue to where his loyalties lie. No issue. And he needs to say that. And he needs to come with that. And we need to hold his foot to the flame. We're the only people, we vote for Democrats en masse. Nobody else votes for Democrats 90+% besides black people. So black people not voting is not the problem. It's the other people don't vote for them because they vote for whoever suits their interests. And all we do is we just find somebody and we don't, because we like them or because we love them, we don't hold them to anything. It could be my brother right now that I could be voting for Dave, but if Dave don't do what's right for the community, Dave got to go. And that's what we need to be with politicians now. So it's not like, oh yeah, I like you, Joe Biden. Dude, you better do this, this, and this that first year. I'm trying to get you up out of there. That's where I'm at. So that's why I'm like that. And I think that's what Cube and Puff, all them saying too. Let's do our vote the same way everyone else does. Not just we give our vote away. So that's what I mean,
What did he say, Lee? Because I couldn't hear him.
say you want to write your name on the ballot for something. I hear the last thing he said. Mm-hmm.
So I still vote, but I always write it like my last two candidates have been cheap. I've got the ballots to prove it. I've gone to the ballot the last presidential election and I wrote Jesus Christ on it because I think that's the only person that can fix this raggedy system. So I'm going to vote for somebody. I'm looking for somebody who's Christ-like, and you are one of the purest human beings that I know. So
Lord have mercy.
I may be writing your name on the ballot. I hope you accept the
Ange, we appreciate you. This fool is past his bedtime. I'm gonna let you go.
He is something else. I love you too, Dave.
But thank you for the call. Go ahead.
I have to tell you this, Dave, before you go leave. I know people want to call me in. Now, I'm going to say this to you, Dave. And what my thoughts are and concerns about that is just that, you know, I would rather see our people voting for those who we know are running. Mm-hmm. Because the likelihood of somebody who has a name, who's putting a name down that has a weak chance of winning, doesn't help it doesn't help our cause. Mm-hmm. And so I really would like for us to be more focused on who has a better chance of helping us. Mm-hmm. And we really have to weigh out the options of what do we need to gain here. Mm-hmm. And I know that, you know, when like Hillary and Humpty were, you know, working on the last campaign, people were saying, well, who's the lesser of the two evils? I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it was those two. And we had to figure out who we had to select based on who do we think was the best suited one for what our cause was. And then based on that person, who can we work with? Mm-hmm. And I just think that we need to work with who we know has the best chance to win. Mm-hmm. And then who can work with those issues. And I'm just saying, you know, as much as I love you, we need to work within those limitations.
And I'm saying to you, and I agree, realize we're in a power position, so we got to flex it. He cannot win without the black vote. See, as much as you might think you need him, he needs you more. And this is the time where behind closed doors, look, these are things you're going to have to do, and you need to put this in your platform right now. You do that, you got our support. You don't, we might not vote for Trump. We might just sit back. Y'all two of the best bass players I know. Y'all know how to do this. We got to quit showing our hand. I'm not saying don't vote for him, but see, nobody else is giving him complete support but us. And just take a look. No other community pledges all their votes to one party. And those communities get what they want because they know how to play their hand. Y'all both know how to play your hand. And you know, no, I'm not suggesting support Trump in any way, shape, or form. But know that this guy needs you. So with him needing you, this is the best time to get what you could get from him right now. Like he's sitting there saying he's not for defunding the police. That's an issue for me. You know, so it's like, hey, this is the time to be like, no, you about to be for defunding the police if you want to get in. I mean, you got to talk to him clearly because everybody else is, and we don't. And we got to learn to, you know, speak truth to power. You know, we ain't got to like the person we elect, but he's got to do what we want him to do. And for my whole life, the Democratic Party has never done right by us. Never, but they always get all of our votes. So I'm just saying, I'm just not for just giving them our votes. We have some leverage too. That's all. Yeah. But appreciate you. Go ahead.
Thank you for, you know, letting me vent.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I had this conversation with my family every day. They get all of me. But that's it. I appreciate you, Angie, for sure.
Okay, love y'all.
Love you too. Take care. Oh, there you go. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Speak your piece. Go ahead, Colonel. No, I'm sorry, though. If the phone fell. Go ahead. I'm going to let you close this out.
Well, I mean, listen, the bottom line is, I mean, when it comes to this, you can't listen to me. Because I love Angie. I love that woman to death. God knows it. But I have no faith in the system. I don't believe that there's a difference between Trump and Biden, except Trump has mental issues, so he speaks all his racism out loud. He can't control himself. Biden, he just sounds like he just babbles and blah-blah, I don't know what he's doing. I don't like either one of them. So I understand the whole thing about the lesser of two evils, but they are still two evils. So I can't vote for evil, so I'm going to vote for Jesus.
I understand.
We have in Jesus.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm gonna address one more thing and we're gonna go. Steve put what other people have multiple choices. Whites generally vote a straight Republican ticket, and see that's not true. Most white people don't vote as a whole. Was it almost close to is 54% in 2018? They don't vote. They're not the ones that do vote. You got a slight majority. No, but she didn't. She didn't have a white vote. She didn't win with white men or white women. But no, most of them don't really vote Republican. They don't. You know that's more of a fallacy. White men vote overwhelmingly Republican, but at the same time, a lot of those white men used to be Democrats. They were Democrats till Reagan. That was the Reagan Democrat. They flipped back and forth. So but most blacks, they vote on what's going to suit them. The craziest thing about Trump voters is really the people who vote for him, his policies don't help them at all. His policies kill the white working class. But they vote for him as they look at him, and some of them can see themselves, We have limited choices, I agree, but we don't get out there and really do anything besides vote. Voting is the smallest thing you can do. You got to investigate a candidate, first decide what you want. Then go to Ken and say, this is what we want. Can you do this? If you can do this, we put our money and time into you. But we still stuck on trying to find a leader. We're the leaders. You got to do for self. And when you do for self, anybody can help you. And you just roll with that. And we need to just be real stingy with our vote. Sometimes you get it. Sometimes you don't. You messing up, we're going to pull that vote. What, dude? Hold it. The Arab and Indian population do that all the time. That's why you see some people go for Bush, then they'll go for Obama, then they won't go for McCain, then they'll go for Trump. They do what's gonna work for them, man. You sound crazy. You're gonna always. There's not okay. I can't. You can't argue both ways. It says Trump was white Americans' answer to 8 years of black. Not all of white America, man. If that's the case, he would have got a plurality of votes. He didn't. You look at 300 million voters, he got 60 million. He got 60 million. Okay, I didn't say that. I just think that sounds ridiculous. No, I didn't. No, I didn't say it. I didn't say that. I don't believe that. That's me. I don't believe that. I just think you got to make it work for you, and you got to have a plan. That's how you put together. This happens in every mayoral election. How you think Coleman Young got in? Coalition. How Dennis Archer get in? Coalition. How did Obama get in? Coalition. How Bush get in? Coalition. You get interests together, and people will align with their interests. The problem is, to be honest with you, I don't even want to say this is going to sound crazy. Okay. If I'm a pastor, I go to seminary. I learn a whole lot about my religion, but I just come and share certain stuff with the people. I make it real simple for them. So everybody's not going to understand the whole process of how that works, nor do you need to give them that. Growing up in Detroit, we had the black slate. You got a piece of paper. This is how you're supposed to vote. Vote that way your interests are taken care of. But everybody's not going to be a political scientist. Everybody's not going to study all of this. They just going to vote. And so you just give them a platform that's going to work. And we've been sold a platform that this blue donkey works, and it don't. Because the people who get elected on that platform benefit from it. They got benefit from it. Hillary was the wrong candidate from day one because she was hated. She was hated down here. She had very strong negatives. She was not gonna make it, man. Then, like Steve just said, she didn't campaign in Michigan, but she lost the Michigan primary. Y'all didn't pay attention. She lost the Wisconsin primary. You didn't pay attention. She was not gonna win those states. She couldn't even win her own party in those states. So you got to take a look at that. There was no reason to vote for her. She jacked up NAFTA. That put a lot of auto workers out of work. So you got to pick a candidate that's going to work. But hey, man, it's an hour and a half in. We going a while, so it's been big fun. But it's time for SHO to run. I'm gonna let the Cardinal, kick it off. Go ahead, man. Your floor.
The bottom line is, we're gonna get this technical stuff straight. I might have to go out and I'm just
Okay. That would be good if you would buy a mic and get it popping.
The people need to see me. They need to be wept when they see me.
Hey, love y'all, man. Peace. Have a good weekend. Have a good Juneteenth weekend. Kick it strong. This will be back on. Hey, please share it. And for some of you, Steve, especially, get on this for SHO Facebook page, man, and post topics. We're trying to build that community. Share this show. Let's keep it moving, man. Peace and love, y'all. I don't know what he's talking about, man. But peace and love, y'all.